7's the magic number.
7 is the magic.
Yeah, don't let it get to 5.
It's a bit like those abs.
Don't let it get...
Misfit.
2 is the magic number for our man, Matthew Johns. We get him twice.
Yeah,
Twice this year, the host of Morning Glory.
He loves it.
Your boss in all areas of life, and he's on the line. Good afternoon, Matthew.
Joel, sorry to hear you have a bit of a migraine, mate. How are those eyes going?
Mate, I'm coming back. Had a bit of Panadol. I'm back in the game. And thanks to Trish.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff, mate. It's good stuff.
My daughter's favourite Johns. She loves Trish Johns.
Really?
And she sent a lovely note to Miller.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Matthew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. No, not a drama in the world. Trish was flattered, Joel.
Yeah,
and Trish and Britt, they're about to lock horns. Going over to LA and then Kenny Nagas. So
they leave Monday. They leave Monday.
Yes.
We probably should have a debrief then. Maybe what time's their flight? I think it's at 12 o'clock. Maybe at 12:05. We should have a debrief.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Of course, we caught up last night. There was the premiere of the new device for TV, Hobble.
Yes, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Very, very good. Very, very good. Bit better than Hamish and Andy's jokes. They must have left their good jokes behind if they have any. I just haven't heard them.
It was quite interesting. I tell you what, the crowd loved it. A lot of influences there. So this is how it works now. The world has gone mad in the sense of the Hubble News Corp, the new Hubble device that makes streaming easier.
Yes.
Yep. You can tell I'm on the payroll.
Yeah.
But it's all about getting influencers there.
Right.
Because that's how they now market things.
Really?
It's amazing. It's amazing. No more ads in the paper. No more billboards. You invite influencers, give them a sling, off they go. They do their thing. It was a great night. Great night.
It was, yes. Myself and Jack, we left not long after, probably about the same time as you blokes, and went over to Woolloomooloo for something to eat. And... had just a few nibbles. Had chicken wings, a couple of vodkas, and a few other things. And I got the bills, $330. Honestly, they should have been wearing a balaclava and swinging an axe. Mate, I double checked the bill and I was like, mate, come on.
I see.
Guys.
Vegas is wearing off on you. You came back. You were just generosity. What's the word I'm looking for? Personified. Deluxed. But now you come. Thank God we're going back on Tuesday. I want to get the old Matty Johns back.
Oh, mate, straight back to the Double Down Saloon, and it's all happening.
So, Matty, I don't know if you heard earlier, but they're selling tickets for the after party, the NRL, and Ludacris is going to be playing.
What?
Yeah,
that's ludicrous.
I know, and it's going to be $10,000 for a ticket if you wanted to get up on on stage with him. So you drink and watch from upstage, and that's 15 people.
Oh. Mate, I'm more of a Lil Wayne man.
Are you?
Lil Wayne.
Sorry. Lil. Yeah, yes. Actually, I got asked a couple of days ago. I thought I'd never be asked this question. Blake said, mate, I can get tickets to Machine Gun Kelly. Are you interested? I was just like, mate, who's Machine Gun Kelly? Who is this bloke?
Can you share with Matty the...
Yeah, that's Megan Fox's girlfriend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What's his genre?
Tats on the face.
Tats on the face. He's actually got in trouble now because he's tatted himself and he's totally black.
Oh.
And the media is saying, it's not great.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, but his face, body is...
But what's his genre?
He's a singer.
Yeah, but I know
he's a musician.
Yeah.
You
ever thought about getting a face tattoo, boys?
No.
Not really. A neck. I do a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting...
Let's get one over in Vegas.
I think I might get my tongue pierced.
Have you blokes got the compulsory premiership tat?
I got one.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah. Have you got one, Matty?
Nah, I'm scared of needles.
Yeah.
Joel, I just, it was funny. I don't know if you saw our Sin City documentary of us over there. When I had the spanking, Trish goes, "Oh, you copped that spanking pretty good." I don't mind blunt force.
Yeah.
I just don't like pricks. And, needles as well. So, mate, no, I just don't like things, that pinch.
Hey, Matty was talking about Cole Geyer, and so it's MG's nephew. It's Matty Geyer's young bloke. Do you know?
Yep,
you know much about him?
Only through Cooper. Cooper played for a season with him. Said he's a terrific bloke. Very, very popular. Which you imagine he'd be a terrific fella.
Yeah.
Coming from the Guy household. I imagine he's pretty good at telling a few tales. Some of them even true. But, mate, well, here's something for you, boys. I just thought of this today. Of course, the World Club Challenge, Wigan versus Penrith. And I was just going through having a look at it, because Penrith had never won it. They got beat in 1991 by Wigan. They got beat in 2004 by Bradford, and then, of course, got beat by the St Helens again, 13-12. But 1991, I saw it on the TV the other day. I had a look, and it was Wigan versus Penrith in 1991, playing at Anfield. Massive crowd. But, of course, back in those days, boys, like, it's madness. Penrith had to play a week after the grand final.
Yeah.
Right? And the boys are saying they were on the way over. They were drinking on the plane. Drinking the night before the game. It was the last thing they wanted to do was play. But I'm watching the game, and it was like a Hearth strength Penrith team, because when Gus was rounding up the boys to say, "Right, come on, we've got to get on the plane," mate, about 3 or 4 of the boys, MG included, threw their passports away.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to go.
I've heard that story. They were partying in some joint. Gus knocked on the door and said, "Come on, you got to get ready for this game." And they said, yeah, get your passports ready. Yeah, and they flushed them down the breast.
So you never played one
No,
because you'd left. Did you
left.
play, Matty? You left as well, or did you play your one?
World Club Challenge? No.
That was the split, wasn't it?
But it was, but it was funny looking at some of the tonight on Fox League. They're showing in a continuum of all the World Club challenges, some of the best ones, mate. Some of those sides, Fletch, some of the toughest football, and you'd be the same, Joel, was over in England. Some of those St Helens and Bradford sides, like the year Newcastle won it, Joey's side in the 2001 night side, they went over the next year and played Bradford in the World Club Challenge and got beat by about 30 or 40 points, mate. They were very, very strong sides. And 2001, St Helens beat the Broncos, that great Broncos side as well. So there's some very, very good sides in that era. But this Wigan side, I saw him play against Castleford. Mate, that Matt Peat, his coach, he's got him going good.
Yeah.
I tell you, Joel, Jai Field.
Yes.
Like, talk about a bloke who's grown a leg over there. You know, like I had a look, his stats, something like 55 games, and he scored 49 tries.
Yeah, Bevan French doing similar things. There's a type of player here that you send him over there. Dufty will kill it too. Matty Dufty will.
Lockie Miller.
Yeah.
Lockie Miller. They'll carve up over there.
The game has, and Chris Radlinski we had on he also admitted it has dropped a few rungs.
Yeah.
The standard has. When you watch it over here, it has dropped a little bit for sure.
Well,
the
rumour I'm hearing, boys, and I mean it's been mooted a little bit, but it's getting stronger, that the NRL is seriously looking to possibly buy the English Rugby League.
Too smart. That they have to do that. That's a great play, isn't it, Brian? And then the World Club Challenge has to be in Vegas.
Yep.
And move it back in England to being a winter sport.
Yep.
And that way, it broadens the base. It adds to the depth of both competitions, because players can go over and have guest stints and things like that. Like, one of the things that really helped the game over there were guys like Peter Sterling, Brett Kenny, Phil Blake. I saw Phil Blake yesterday. Blakey and those guys going over and having those short stints with Wigan and Leeds and Castleford and whatnot. They really missed that over there.
That's a good point, though.
Same with here too. Ellery and those guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. It's a great point. You wouldn't have. So we're not currently getting Jack Wellsby, and they're 1,000,000 to 1 of having Tommy Turbo and Nathan Cleary, like, as Matty said, Kenny, Sterling, Chicka Ferguson, all those big guns.
You're not going to let, but a club's not going to let a Tommy, like if you're Manly, you're not going to let Tommy to go over and get.
Well, Fletch, I'll put this to you. Like, okay, let's imagine that the Roosters are faced with a scenario. We allow Joey Manu to go to French rugby, or we let him go and have a stint at Castleford. That's it's the opportunity for players to really optimise their income while they're in the game. And as you said before, Joel, it helps the English game twofold in the fact that we can send some of our players over there and have guest stints, whether it's half a season over there or 4 or 5 games. But the other thing why it helps them is that guys like Jack Wellsby can get their NRL fix, come out and prove themselves but still be part of the English competition, as opposed to guys like Moz and whatnot having to make the complete change.
I like the idea of them coming here, but I wouldn't see a club letting a gun go over there. I just think it would. I think it'd be too dangerous for them.
Yeah, but Fletch, if you have a look at a guy like, let's say, like you have a look at the Penrith side, right? All those terrific young blokes that got ready to come through the grades. Young Jack Cole is getting his start. I mean, a player like that, the Penrith could go. You know what? A little bit like the Harry Grant of Melbourne is that we haven't got the spot for you right now, but we know you're going to make it. He goes to the West Tigers. Well, that's where you could send him over to Wigan or Saints or Warrington,
and would lift the standard of game over there.
We don't see enough of the Harry Grant transfer. Clubs don't trust each other. Melbourne Storm, they knew they couldn't use him that year because of Cameron Smith, who's bulletproof, but they knew they needed him the following year. They sent him to the West Tigers. He goes berserko, plays for Origin that year. There's a similar situation, Matty, that I'm seeing with the Dragons, in my opinion, desperately need a fullback. Sloane's not a fullback. Lomax's not a fullback. The Sharks got a kid called Daniel Atkinson who played a little bit at Melbourne. He's absolutely bona fide ready for first grade, but Will Kennedy's flying. Dykes is in the pecking order. He's not going to get a game. So send him to the Dragons and get the kid playing first grade.
Yeah, give him some experience. Yeah, that's I like it. I mean, Harry Grant, when he went there, it shocked everybody. I saw him play a lot of Queensland Cup, and you just knew the quality. You go, mate, this kid's going to be, sooner rather than later, going to be playing for Australia, or certainly going to be playing Origin. But when he went to the Tigers, just everyone there just saw the class. And the good thing about it, how good it was for Harry, is I imagine Tigers fans would have a real soft spot for Harry, and what he did for that club. That won't be forgotten. So, it's win-win. It's like that young bloke you were talking before about the Gold Coast, the young fullback. Now, when everyone gets back, you got, back in the scene, you got Jaden Campbell and you got AJ Brimson and whatnot. Well, a young guy like that you know is going to make it and is ready to go, give him some experience somewhere.
Keanu Keeney.
What would be his nickname? B? Hey, now, Matthew, I took your advice. I heeded the footballer, the wife, and the crash. It's a documentary on, and usually when Matthew sends me a doc, I query it. Yeah. Because he's, he thinks in sort of
riddles.
He's a bit out there sometimes.
I like where he goes.
Well, but this one was an awesome documentary. It's a 2-part series. How bizarre is it, Matthew? Like, you don't know where it's going.
What do you reckon, Fletch? I mean, it's hard. It don't be a sport.
No.
I reckon.
It sounds sus.
It does. We don't want to give too much away.
What level of football is it? I imagine it's
Premier League.
soccer.
Oh, yes. So he's a Premier League player. He played 200 games in the Premier League. Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
His name's Jlloyd.
Yep.
Jlloyd Samuels. Came from the mean streets of London.
Hit us with the title again, the footballer.
The footballer, the wife, and the crash.
Ooh.
It's like a soap drama.
What about how
soap opera?
So when he was getting injured, Joel, and you decided, righto, I'm going to go left of centre. Like what we're seeing these days is players going to Saudi Arabia, Neymar and whatnot to get Ronaldo the mega payout. When he dropped out of favour with the Premier League, he had nowhere to go, so he went to Iran and played in Tehran and ended up just like this huge hero there. Yeah. And stayed there for about 5 or 6 years, Fletch. Anyway, he ended up. The wife back in England, she's going, I think it's time probably you can come home. By the time he got home, he had another family over in Iran.
Yeah.
It was all, mate, I tell you, it was all going on.
Netflix.
I mean, who hasn't got a second family?
Yeah. I mean, the second one that you like. That's it. But the money they were talking about, like this was back in 2004, and he signed a contract. He was on £25,000 a week. Did you know John Terry at his, the former England captain, at his top of his game, he was earning £250,000 a week.
Unbelievable.
So what you do with that?
So that's the best part of $1 million, or just short of $1 million over here at the time. It was about 3-1, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then his dad got pinched for buying coke off News of the World.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Did you see that sting?
No,
it was ordinary. He was in a pub.
I didn't know they were selling it.
Yeah. No, well, that's what they do. That's when they were going through those setups.
Actually, speaking of scandal, there's a really good podcast. You'd like this, Matty, British Scandal.
Yeah.
And it talks about the battle between Rupert and over there in England trying to run all the papers was Maxwell.
Who's
Robert Maxwell.
You know who that is? That's Jelane's dad.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So there's a really good podcast, British Scandal, about Robert Maxwell.
Righto, boys. I've got one left of centre for you, right? Now, just trust me on this. I'm just quickly scanning my brain to work out what I can say here. Oh my God, I'll just say... okay. So there's a podcast called Freddy. Not as in Freddy Fittler or Flintstone or Flintoff or any of those things. So
Kruger.
Anyway, it's called Freddy. It's a true story, mate. Seemingly out of the blue. I'm not giving anything away here. It's called Hooked on Freddy. Seemingly out of the blue, up on Tyneside in the north of England in the northeast, this dolphin just appears, just out of nowhere. Anyway, it becomes like a celebrity in the town. This one guy befriends it, and he and the dolphin, the Freddy, become best mates. Anyway, things turn very, very bad.
Are you talking as in...
what are dolphins known for? Please tell me.
Are you saying dolphins and humans are the only mammals on Earth that have sex for pleasure?
Well, I'm not at the end yet, but at the moment, what he was like a animal rights, right? And he tried to get this. What do you call them? Like a SeaWorld type thing. They were training dolphins. Tried to get it shut down. Anyway, one of the blokes starts to accuse him of having intimate relationships with Freddy. And this bloke, it begins for this poor bloke as a joke. Next minute he's being charged and he's in the dock and he's on the front page of the tabloids and it just goes from there. It's very, very good.
I mean, that's exactly what Wayne accused Gordon Tallis.
He did.
He did. Up there at SeaWorld.
Hooked on Freddy.
Hooked on Freddy. There's a few facts that I'll share with you. Probably not on air. I'll give it a bit of consideration about dolphins. I'll just leave it at that.
That's
There's some interesting stuff.
The animal world is quite remarkable.
Does Matty know about the logistics for Disneyland, Brian?
He would.
For South Sydney?
Yeah. Did you know this, Matty, that the Jason Demetriou and the club, South Sydney, have said to the players, because they're staying in LA, they said, go for your life. You can go to Disneyland, but you need to have a mobility scooter to go around. Because they're worried. This is fair income. It's on the website. Because they're worried about, the miles on their legs. Because Cookie was over there previous with the family like a week ago or whatever it was, and he had 20,000 steps. And so imagine that. They're all on mobility scooters.
They reckon that they saw Cookie down at Venice Beach, like running on the sand.
Like running really fast on the sand?
Yeah, running really fast.
Because I thought you needed those mobility scooters if you're a bit overweight. Or something's wrong. Obviously you're disabled, you can't walk. You can't be fit.
Mate, you can't have the whole 30-man squad going around Disneyland on mobility scooters. By the way, what about JD? He just laid the bait out there for Subs, and he just took the bite.
Didn't he? What? At least this is not bad. This is not bad because maybe, because they're worried about the sex trap, the extortion.
Yep.
Maybe the colonels were going, we're not touching these blokes. They've got no money. They've got nothing.
Yeah.
That's a very smart ploy by JD because I know he's pretty au fait with the colonels.
I see now.
Oh, no, just not taking part. He can spot him from a mile away.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's a good spotter.
I loved it. Subs, I looked at that. I thought, Subs, just don't take the bait.
Yeah.
And he went, mate, I'll throw some money on the bar and hopefully they'll hang out for a week. Subs should have said, mate, JD, he's never shouted in his life. Please, we'll take the money. But instead of saying, mate, when I was watching, going, no, I can't believe he's taking the bait.
Hey, Matthew, quick one.
Yes.
Boys, I listened to a podcast today with the Chief. He said in 91 he nearly went to the Broncos, but he couldn't do it. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. I remember that. Joey nearly went as well.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they were going to buy him a house on Stradbroke Island so he could surf and then get the boat over to training.
Wow. Did he say that, or is that...
Yeah, Joe, he sounds like he got me, Fletch. Yeah. He'd say that.
Mid from Robertson. Matty, morning glory. Thank you very much, mate. We appreciate that.
See you, Matthew.
Good on you, lads. God
See you at the
bless
airport.
you.
See you at the airport.
Half your luck, boys. Half your luck.